Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Wednesday weekly wrap up. Um, it's me alone today because I've had such a busy day with lots of external things that we decided it was easier for me just to set this up rather than Sam joining me. Um, I've been a bit annoying with all of my things, so um, those of you who know me personally, Coco's finishing year 12. So we had our final walk of honour where the kids walk all the way through the school and we're about to head off to the award ceremony. So all part of the dream life, of course, which has been fabulous, to be able to be part of that and to join in with the kids and to be able to celebrate with them. But the weekly wrap up, more interestingly, or maybe less, but equally interestingly, one of the things that I had in my time capsule was that I would start to exercise more regularly. And to make it easy, I thought, what's the simplest thing I can possibly do? And that was to walk for 10 minutes a day. And mostly I've been doing it, but sometimes I haven't. Sometimes it's like, oh, I can't even do 10 minutes worth of walking, which sounds ridiculous, but I'm quite creative and can think of lots of excuses of why I can't do that. The other thing that's in there is that I want to be able to touch my toes again. I hurt my back a little while ago and have lost a lot of flexibility. I've never been very flexible. It was always a stretch to touch my toes, but I found by accident, I was talking to someone about lumbar range of motion, went to do it myself and could only get to about mid shin. So I incorporated some yoga with just doing a sun salute every day, which has grown a little bit. So almost touching my toes now. I could probably force it, but I want to be able to do it comfortably and to just be able to ease into it and have that as just a regular thing where you can just touch your toes. The other thing is I've got really frilly feet, so I can actually pick up lots of things with my toes. So the need to touch my toes or to be able to bend down to the floor is not as prevalent. I'm in Queensland. I've always got bare feet. So it's kind of been masked. And that's a funny little thing about how things creep up. You go from being able to do something perfectly well and easily, and then if you don't continue to do it with consistency, then sometimes use it or lose it, you actually lose the ability. So I'm sure that goes for many other things, not just the physical body. And I'm sure you can think of examples in your own life where you haven't been consistent, you haven't continued to use those muscles, whether it's the muscle up here or the muscles in your body, and therefore you've lost your ability to do something that was previously easy. So anyway, that's just a little aside. But what has happened in this 10-minute thing that I've been endeavoring to do and doing to varying degrees of success is that I think what's happened is it set up something in my brain, that reticular activating system that we talk about, which means that you become more aware of things that you are wanting or that you value. And so when things pop in front of you, you might see it as luck or a coincidence, but sometimes it's just that you notice things more, something that you might not have previously paid much attention to at all. So beautiful Vanessa Rumble, someone who used to be one of my practice members years ago when I worked down in Kawana, we're friends on Facebook, and I saw that she's doing a fundraiser for Starlight Foundation, and that's to walk 100 Ks for the month of November. And when I saw it was about the 7th or the 8th of November. And I was laying in bed thinking, will I do it or not? And it was Starlight Foundation, I love, by the way. As you know, Coco's been in and out of hospital a lot over her entire last 17 years. And Starlight Foundation have been great for her and also just for kids who actually have even, more intense hospital stays than we've ever had. So it's a great charity anyway. So I probably noticed it because of the Starlight. I also noticed it because it was 100 Ks of walking. And so I was laying there in bed, will I do it or not? So I, first of all, could I do it? So I figured out I'm starting late. How many Ks a day would I need to walk in order to be able to complete the task? Yeah, 5 Ks a day. Yeah, we could manage that. And in the moment when I realized I could manage it, the creative little reasons why, I'm not going to say excuses, but the reasons why I couldn't started to crop up. I said things like I wouldn't be able to do it every day necessarily. So that's mean the 5K would have to go to a 6 or a 7 the following day. I'm having a week off next week. So, I'll be on holiday, so I won't be able to walk. Probably could walk more on holidays than less. Anyway, what other things did I think of? It's getting hot. I don't like walking in the heat. My hair's going to get all sweaty. That'll be gross. I'll have to wash it more often because now that I've got long hair, as you can see. So anyway, all of these things started to crop up. And so before I had a chance to think of too many and get too creative with it, I just pressed go on it and said, yes, I'm going to do it. Because in my life, one of the things that I found is that sometimes if something, I feel a slight pull towards it, but then I get that, oh no, that sounds scary. I've got to say yes to it immediately before I think of too many other reasons. Things that are scary for me or challenging are often exactly what I need to get me to the next level. And so I did that way back years ago when Pritchard first asked me to speak at Fiji on Fire. I went, oh, no, I don't want to do it. So that was meant, yes, do it. Force yourself to go and do it. Put yourself out of your comfort zone, but into the growth zone, but also into a position where you could potentially learn a whole bunch of new stuff. You don't necessarily always learn. I'm sure you can, but you don't necessarily learn the same things when it's something that you've always done and you do with ease and you've maybe even mastered it. So anyway, said yes to the walk. And if you follow along on my stories, on my personal Instagram and Facebook page, you'll see some of the little learnings that I'm getting. I'm not going to clog up the feeds with all the things, but there's been lots of little things coming up for me that I'm noticing about myself, about other people. And maybe some of them might be useful for you to say, oh, yeah, I do that too. Or no, I don't do that, but I can see how I could find a solution. Anyway, whatever. And feel free to give me advice and information as you see fit. But my point, I suppose, to all of this is that there has been already a number, and what are we on? I don't even know what the date is, the 13th or something like that. Yeah, 13th. So already since the 8th or 9th, I've thought there's been a number of days when I thought, I don't want to do it today. The tide's too far in, so it's going to be a hard walk. I'm hot. I'm starting a bit late. There's too many people on the beach. By the way, there's not too many people on the beach. There's hardly any. Anyway, all of the things. And it's just really interesting that once you get going and get over yourself and do that first little bit, it does become a lot more easy than you might have dreamt it could be. There will be rewards that you didn't even know about. That will be surprises where the magic unfolds. But what has kept me going on this is some of you, Susie, Chrissy, and who else? Jenny. This is Jenny, Chrissy. I think it's about 4 people. I thought there was someone else who donated some money to me anyway. Sorry if I've missed that 4th person. I donated myself immediately, but that wasn't really holding me very accountable at all. And then I said to myself, I'll do it because I put it on social, so I'm going to be publicly shamed if I don't do it. But it wasn't until that first donation came through that I went, all right, now I have to do it. Now I'm forced to do it. And the friends who did it knew that about me. Thanks a lot. So now I'm accountable to someone else. So that's an interesting cognition just in and of itself. I wasn't accountable to me, but I'm accountable to someone else. I'm accountable to public shame and embarrassment and not doing. And that's the thing, isn't it? Just do the thing that you said you're going to do. How often do we let ourselves off the hook with that, where we say we're going to do something and then we don't? Sure, sometimes we can learn more and know more. It's not to say keep on doing it doggedly when it's no longer right for us, but going for a walk, seriously, that was never going to be the case with that, right? So I just think it's interesting to think about what you can do to leverage yourself towards the thing that you would love to be doing. So it's aligning values, right? So I haven't got a particularly high value around walking, obviously, or I would have already been doing it. So what I've done is I've linked in other things that I value more, and wasting other people's money is obviously something there for me. On the other side of that, the value is probably not only wastefulness, but accountability, and sure, the opposite of shame, whatever that is, maybe the accolades, maybe the success, maybe the challenge when there's more than one person involved. So it's not just me, the challenge that exists when you're in a group. There's probably some teamwork. So whatever you value more highly, you can link those two things together to then create a situation that may then drive you in the direction of the things that you say that you want. And so far, I'm actually really enjoying the walking on, and I'm enjoying the lessons as well. I always love that, and personal growth and development. That's stuff that I always like. I like the idea of transformation. I like the idea of actually being different to what I was yesterday and learning things, not only about me, but about how we tick, and I say we because I have a feeling that I'm not the only one who has these experiences. So just maybe this week it'd be kind of cool. And I'd love to hear if you've got any insights on this. How do you go? What do you do to get yourself to do the thing that you said that you would do? And what values do you potentially link in your hierarchy to? Because remember, your top 3 to 5 values are the ones that run you. So what other things do you bring up to link with that less valued thing to make you do it? So for example, and I'm probably doing this to death. I get that you guys understand this already, but for me, family's a big one too. So I've got a vision that Coco's about to finish exams, we'll do schoolies, and then maybe I'll be able to enroll her to come and do some exercise with me, because she's, again, I probably haven't mentored that particularly well. I've been sporadic in the way I've shown body movement. And so maybe I can now start to lead by example, show, and then potentially enroll her to come and do some of the walks with me. So that's just some fun stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes, and I'd love to hear what you're working on too. So that's it for me. I'm about to go off to the awards. Obviously, I'm about to get changed because I'm going in a muscle top. Some of the muscles don't have any, but check out the muscle top. Why are they back in shops? Have a fabulous Wednesday, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.